Hey folks, welcome to Verified Investing. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Now, in today's video, we're going to discuss Bitcoin, ETH. We'll look at a few of the other altcoins because they have fallen sharply. But again, the kicker here, if you've been watching my videos, if you've been tuning in, I gave you my buy price and we hit it today. And if you're a Smart Money crypto member, we bought today, this morning, when we got below 95,000. Only a swing trade in all fairness, but I've given this level out for the last 2 to 3 weeks that I said we would go there. People call me crazy all the time for my predictions, but remember, they're based off data and chart analysis, which is probability. And that's the kicker, folks. When you sit back and are disciplined and you use the charts, you can really figure out with high certainty where numbers are going to come into and where they will go to on bounces. So let's go right into the chart here. Take a look at the chart on Bitcoin. It's already bouncing, folks, already up a few $1,000s on the Bitcoin trade that I took with Smart Money crypto members. By the way, if you're interested, that's at verifiedinvesting.com. You can find that service there. But look at this, guys. This is a trend line I have shown you guys over and over and over and over again. You have the beginning, basically, of the big bull market move back in October of 2023. And then we continue to see here, the beauty is we went up, we consolidated, hit, and then ripped up again. And then we pulled back and then ripped up again. This tells me that this level is going to be good. Look at where we went today, folks, right there. Now, to me, this is a huge level on Bitcoin because it's going to be the determining factor of whether or not we have a big bear market in store or we're still in a bull. Do you guys get what I'm saying in this respect, right? So that is a trend line that basically has tracked the entire bull market going back to 2023. What that means is as long as it holds, you technically are in a bull market. It's still holding the trend line, okay? So this is now the big one. And so number one, I bought because I expect to bounce. If we go up to a certain level, I will take profits, and then I will monitor that level. All right. I will monitor that key level to see, does it break in the future? If it breaks, 75 to 73,000 is in the cards. Think about that, folks. People told me we wouldn't go back below 100,000. I said, no, we will. We'll go down to 94, 95,000. And here we are. We obviously hit that today. But right now, do I know if we're going to go back to 73 to 75? I honestly have no clue. Why not? Because the charts are what tell me that, right? So if we go to this, if we were to get below this level, right? So we get below this trend line and confirm the charts, the probabilities flip to saying, okay, now we're likely headed down there to this level. And I'll show you this level here, right, guys? It's right in this range right here, right? So 73 and this low is 75. So that's where I'm getting this from, by the way, these two levels. But as long as we hold above it, then for all I know, we're going back to all-time highs. Where would resistance be? This trend line right up here. Where does that trend line come from? The bull market high of 2017, high from 2021 right there. And look at how every time we hit, rejected. So just like here, it bounced. I'm not overthinking it here. And in my head, I said, okay, well, if it bounces there, I'm going to buy here. Boom, bounce. Now, if it gets up here, a lot of people's emotion will be like, oh, it's going to 200, 500,000. I honestly couldn't tell you for sure where it's going. All I know is that here it should struggle, and therefore I would likely short it there. Do you guys get what I'm saying here? Really cool stuff to understand in terms of the charts and really simplifying it for us all to just look at the levels. If we get above that level, okay, now we could go to 150, maybe higher than that. But right now, that upper trend line is the battleground where bulls will meet bears. And we'll have to have a battle to see which way it goes. Same thing on the bearish side, right? If you're a bear, you want it to break this level. If you're a bull, you want it to hold. So there's a battle going on here between bulls and bears. And if it breaks, okay, the bears win. Boom. If it doesn't, bulls are still in control. They're still fighting and pushing off the bears that are trying to push it down. It's really what it is, folks. It's a matter of, think about this. Every stock, every crypto, every asset, commodities, it's a matter of millions of people and human psychology. And you have people that are bullish, people that are bearish, people that are greedy, people that are fearful, right? And that's what it is. It's a battle, okay? And really, the charts will tell us when it breaks or if it breaks. I mean, I think that's the beauty of it. All right, Let's go to ETH. ETH did not hit my buy level today, folks. I would have loved for it to do it. I gave you guys this buy level prior. Take a look. You have this high right in here. It was right basically around 28 to 2,900. And then I had a secondary factor right here. If we connect these two highs and we drag this down, look at this, guys. Right here, we just bring this out right to this low, to this high, to this high, to this low. This here down here would have been my level, and we just didn't quite get it. Anything between honestly 29 and 2,800, maybe 2,750. But anyways, in this vicinity, this would have been. Now listen, it could still get there. It's just during the day we're not seeing it, but it still absolutely could get there, and I'll monitor that. Solana today, guys, good pullback initially. This is my buyable level here. Anything below $130, I'm a buyer of Solana with a resistance right up here. Notice this was support, right? So it hit, and then kind of bouncy balled and broke. So if it comes here and then rallies, I would sell into this level right there on the chart. So let's look at XRP real quick. XRP, you can see I have all these old lines showing all the support down here, all the resistance up here. And really, I guess that's the point with XRP, is it really is just range bound. It's between here, down here, up here. You know, it basically just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And so there's not a whole lot to do. You could buy this level down here and then just short this. And if it breaks out, you stop out of the short. If it breaks below, you stop out of your buy. You exit your buy. But ultimately, again, this one's not as interesting to me as a swing trader because it's much more range bound. What me as a trader wants, as a swing trader, let's say, or a day trader, I need irrational emotion. So I need people to be ridiculously bullish, and then I start selling into that, right? Knowing that that'll run out, and then it'll have there's a big air pocket below that's going to collapse it down. And so that's why I short those. And then vice versa, when there's panic and people are just freaking out and dumping just because they're freaking out and they're not attaching it to logic, then I come in with logic and I say, okay, we have technical factors here. There's fundamental, core, whatever it is, and I buy that. And then it bounces, right? And listen, it doesn't always work. It's a probability game, but I always want you guys to understand that it's all based on probability. Let's look at a couple other cryptos. How's Cardano doing today? Cardano, I did have a buyable level. Didn't quite get there. This was support on Cardano, by the way, but I'm actually looking, my next buy level on Cardano is around 44 cents. Notice where I'm getting that from, this little pivot area right there. And then I would add right down here at around 40 cents. So those would be my two levels. Here it's just it hit already and bounced. And so I wouldn't rebuy that hit for myself, at least. It's not an established enough trend line on the chart. And if we look quickly at Chainlink, for instance, look at Chainlink real quick. Chainlink again got close to a key level here again, but it already hit that level there. And so for me on Chainlink, honestly, has to go to about $11.50. Now it may not go there. And I'm okay with that, right? The beauty of being an investor and trader and trading all assets, and there's so many cryptos and so many stocks, is that if some don't hit your levels, no big deal. You just move on and you look for the next one to hit your level. And you stay disciplined. Discipline is so important. It's actually the difference between a profitable trader and investor and a negative trader and investor. All right, guys, that's my update here on Bitcoin. Really good stuff. Glad I got in there. Again, where I'll exit, I'll keep you guys posted. But again, if you want these trades, smart money crypto at verifiedinvesting.com is where it's at. Have a good one. Take care.